So there's a direct connection to inflation and the trans issue. I say, Charlie, come on, they couldn't be further apart. No, they're exactly the same. They're the same in this aspect. When you believe that men can become women, why wouldn't you also believe that you could print wealth? If you believe that someone can change their gender, why wouldn't you also believe that money is wealth?
Now, look, I'd like to admit that I have often been highly critical of Charlie Kirk, implying that in comparison to the other dozen or so Ben Shapiro clones that the right has pumped out, he is neither as well researched, is able to speak really quickly and all that. But he does seem to have one particular talent, Brett. I think he is able to put together an entire news rundown purely by Mad Libs. I think he is just saying random words and then linking them. We talked on Wednesday about his tall buildings make you liberal theory. Now, the trans community is responsible for prices going up. What do you think?
Insane. He's dumb.
Mad. He's mad.
That was so dumb. Like, that's one of those where you look at the pile of stupid and you're like, do I engage with this pile of stupid? Do you realize that value is just what you agree value is anyway? Like, that is what our money's about. Gold is a shiny rock, you doink. If you're like, we gotta have money based on real things and have real scarcity, like gold, we don't want, ours is literally, our entire financial system is based on trust in the Federal Reserve, essentially. But even like the things he thinks are real are just stuff we agree on. And so if we, by his logic of what he would call real wealth, real value, it only goes as deep as what we agree on anyway. So by that logic, which you barely put forward, but if I find something that makes a modicum of sense in your stupidity, by that definition, you just proved that you can be a woman if we agree you're a woman. And you can be a man if we agree you're a man. That's your logic, you total idiot. And somewhere Ben Shapiro's just like, oh my God, I just don't book me with that idiot.
He's just doing a worse version. It's just, he's covering the Ben Shapiro hits, but like totally out of tune. That doesn't make any sense. Gender, like we will never be able to get through to them. It is a social construct. I know that you think that that's really weird, and for some reason you would feel very comfortable if it was tied to chromosomes or something, but that's not actually how it works. I don't know why you freak out about this. Honestly, at this point, I fundamentally don't really even understand. Like, so my gender identity is that I'm male, but I don't even know what that means or matters. Like, what's the difference, honestly? But they are weaponizing it to get their base, like to attack this community. And I'm gonna admit something here. If you are watching this maybe afterward on YouTube or whatever, we snared you because you came in to see Charlie Kirk saying something crazy, and he did. But I want to be very clear about the main point. The main reason I ever bring him and the others up is whether you watch his videos and you think that he's crazy, or especially if you watch them and you think finally there's someone who represents me. Please understand what his strategy here is. He didn't like go to sleep and wake up like freaking out about how more trans people makes gas more expensive. He is in the effort of producing a political discourse that doesn't mean anything, that is just random and bizarre. Because so long as you are invested in that, whether in favor of what he's saying or being forced into a position of opposing it, because this is consequential and has stakes, you're not talking about taxes and you're not talking about regulations on business, and you're not challenging in any way the people who are financially backing him and the many other Ben Shapiro clones. This is an offensive strategy that allows the battle to be waged in Crazy Town so that we're not waging it against those who actually are already winning economically, that already have a stranglehold over our economy. Anyway, Brett, any other thoughts about this?
I just know you have another video, and I think it's what I want to say more about. I'm not quite sure which part you pulled, but I want to watch it.
Let's jump into it.
Now, there are very simple laws of economics, just like there's laws of nature, there's laws of physics, laws of thermodynamics, laws of biology. We must live according to those laws. We believe there's a law maker and a designer. And being Christians, we believe those laws were made to be followed for our flourishing and our prosperity. The law is a teacher. The law is a guide to how to properly live. You live in defiance to the law, you lie, steal, or cheat, you actually won't flourish. You'll be miserable. You'll be unhappy. You'll get further from God's wish for you. Now, outside of the religious component of this, we also believe there are laws of economics.
Brad, I'm going to let you get first crack at this, and then I'll say my piece.
So here's my short answer to transgenderism. Like, if you read the Bible, so let's just go on your book club, which all religion is just a book club anyway. So I read your text, and it said that originally Eve was made of man parts. It started as Adam. God took Adam, took the man stuff, and turned it into a female. Adam's rib became Eve. So that is transgenderism in your book, according to how y'all break it down.
Mm-hmm.
Things he says that reveal he's an idiot. He's like laws of physics, laws of thermodynamics, and laws of economics. There is no way in hell that anyone who went to college, which he didn't, I hate to break it to you, it's separated into BAs and BSs. The BSs aren't BSs. The BA is the BS. I have a BA. I have a BA from Stanford University in political science. BS.
Me too, but
bachelor's in science. The actual sciences, those are the ones with laws. I hate to break it to you, Charlie, you stupid idiot, when you're talking about laws of physics, those ones that you take to be set in stone change in the quantum realm, you moron. And the laws of economics, those change and shift all the time. Those are the fuzzy principles. Those are the fuzzy areas of study where we grapple with stuff, but it's based on human things. So if you're talking science and we're talking chromosomes, in that world, you can have people who have all kinds of gonads and all kinds of chromosomes lining up. It's not just male and female, even in that vertical. But if you're talking about what we agree to be male and female attributes, I can call you and I'm calling you what would be considered female genitalia, but you're a dude with a PP. And you then, in understanding that I'm attacking you in a very misogynistic way that I don't agree with, but I'm attacking you that way, you understand that there's attributes of femaleness that aren't reliant on your gonads, you moron.
Yeah, it's
all an act.
It's a social construction. That's what it is. And they did not need to learn. They invoke biology. They didn't learn the biology and then come to this misconception. They never even learned it. They invoke it, but that's it. It's very arm's length there. They don't understand this. As people are pointing out, wait, so he's concerned about both the laws of physics and the laws of thermodynamics? It's a subset, man.
Yeah,
like honestly, like I'm not gonna say that I did great in physics. I got a pretty bad grade in physics in college because I mostly read Harry Potter and while I was in class. But I don't pretend then to know it. And by the way, I would also choose a lane. If you want to pretend that on this one issue and this one only, you're the guys who actually care about the science and the people who, again, are not talking about biology, they're talking about social construction, that they don't understand science, you then can't then smoothly go into, it's biology and thermodynamics or whatever the bishop says. Like if you want to be the fuzzy wuzzy religious dogma guy, you can try that. It never makes sense in practice. That you're saying there's no way that a biological male or whatever can be conceived of, contextualized as female in this geographic and temporal context, but then saying, oh, but a cracker can become flesh. Oh, that can change. Oh, one being can be both Jesus and God and the Holy Spirit that switches back and forth at all. Like you clearly believe in these sorts of changes in other contexts. It's either the science or it's the dogma. That's how it works.
And Christians don't even agree on that aspect of it.
Exactly.
Catholics believe in transubstantiation, and Christians, non-Catholic Christians, believe in consubstantiation. So the Catholics are like, no, that cracker looks like a cracker, and that wine tastes like wine, looks like wine.
Yeah,
but it is blood. And the Christians are like, well, that's ridiculous. Anyways, drink up.
And fundamentally, again, if you're a conservative and you're watching this, you've gotten this far, he doesn't care about this. He doesn't want you to take a look at his backers. That's it.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.